My name is Ruben Cota. I am the owner and founder of the Stache House Barbershop. I have been in business since 2018. Well, I've been cutting hair for about 13 years now, and I didn't want to be working for anyone my whole life. I didn't want to work for someone, making them money off of my skills, whether if I thought they were basic, mediocre, or amazing or whatever. I just didn't want to make someone else profit off of myself. And I was like, why don't I just do that myself? So I decided to venture off on my own. As stressful and scary as it was, I was like, now's the time to do it, because it was getting to a point to where working for people was making me dislike my passion. So my wife said, because I was thinking, like, I'm going to quit cutting hair and I'm going to work a regular job, whatever that regular job was. Definition of a regular job to me is the normal 9 to 5. You clock in, clock out, and that's it. Well, she's like, don't do that. You love what you do. Go somewhere else. So I was like, you're right. Why would I stop doing what I enjoy just because I'm in a place that I'm not happy with? So I ventured out on my own, or the process of venturing on my own. It was like, all right, I got to come up with a name. I couldn't think of any names. Couldn't think of any names at all. But for about 6 years, I had a ridiculous handlebar mustache. A ridiculous handlebar mustache. Everyone hated it. My wife especially hated it. But I liked it. I thought it was the coolest thing ever, And so that is part of what helped me with the name, was the mustache. But I wanted it to be kind of like a double meaning. Growing up, I didn't have, like a lot of us, especially growing up in Arizona, didn't have positive influences. So I was one of those that didn't have positive influence growing up. So, like a lot of young Hispanic dudes in Arizona, what do? We go to do bad things, criminal activity, whether it's selling drugs, stealing, robbing, all types of stuff. But I didn't do stealing or robbing or anything like that. I sold drugs. And it's definitely nothing I'm proud of, but I am proud of is funny or weird as it may sound, of the life skills that has taught me. And it's made it to where it's helped me in my business, that no matter how hard it gets, it's just money. It's gonna always be there. So the Stache House the meaning of it was the fact that a stash house, we all know, can either be a location that either holds a lot of drugs or a lot of money, or makes a lot of money. And that's where I wanted that to come from, is make a lot of money. It'll hold a lot of money. It might not be a lot of money to some people, but it's a lot of money for myself, and I'm happy with that. So it's actually attracted a lot of different types of clientele because of my name. And and a lot of people have asked, what's the meaning of it? And I've told them that exact thing. Like, I'm not going to judge how you make your money to pay me for your services, but I don't want to know about it either. I don't want to know. So it's kind of like that, double meaning in it. The Stache House, but I also needed to incorporate my stupid handlebar mustache in there as well. So that's how I came up with the name. When I first got into barber school, I hated it. I just sucked at it. I wanted to quit so much. I never had an idea, my entire life, to cut hair at all. The only time I've ever even touched a pair of clippers was to, a little bit of manscaping or whatever, shave my head every so often, whatever. But that is it. Cutting hair was never in the plan. But once I started getting into barber school, met a bunch of cool people in there, and I could never understand the concept of cutting hair. So it was getting more frustrating, more difficult, more of things pushed in my face. Like, dude, just stop. You're not going anywhere with this. Then the friends that I made in there, and I still speak to them to this day. Dude, just stop trying to copy everyone. You need to dissect all these techniques and kind of blend them and make them your own. Just kind of do your own thing or whatever. Once I finally understood what they meant by that, everything started clicking. Everything started to fall into place. The haircuts still were trash, but the concept was making sense to me. I was able to comprehend what the goal was. I was finally able to see what the end picture was supposed to be, which is the haircut, before the haircut was even done. Millions and millions of times, the haircut never matched the picture that was in my head, though. So, but the passion started to build and form, and it was starting to ignite things. I'm like, man, this is awesome. This is fun. I'm enjoying it. Even though, like I said, even though the haircuts were literally trash, but what was cool was like, man, this is the first time in my life that I've actually was doing or repetitively that I actually enjoy. Even though the outcome was something completely different, the process of it was a blast. And that's when I started realizing, like, this is a challenge for myself. And I was enjoying the challenges, all the trials, all that stuff. The frustration, everything, I was enjoying it. So that is when it was towards probably the end of barber school that made me actually, heck yeah, I'm somewhere where I'm supposed to be.